Hey, what's up guys? This is Anthony from Anthony's Customs, and for this review, we are looking at the Guardians of the Galaxy Marvel Legends DARKHAWK figure, which is one that people have wanted for ages, and now we have one, which is a good thing. It seems to have a lot of new parts, so that's also a good thing in most cases, but there are some pretty serious problems, so we're going to talk about all of that, so you probably want to stick around for this review if you're interested in buying this guy. So let's go ahead and get him off the stand and take a closer look. This guy stands just about 16.5 centimeters, which makes him just about 6.5 inches. So he's pretty well scaled with the other Marvel Legends. In fact, he's probably more accurately scaled than most of them. So that's pretty cool. Most of the silver is actually molded, if not all of it except for the collar. I think it's all molded, to be honest. They might have painted, yeah, these guys are painted. So that's why these look extra shiny. The wings are shinier than everything else because they're actually painted. Unless I'm going crazy, but these guys are painted, these are painted, molded, painted. I guess it's about half and half then, so that's okay. Wait a minute. This is not painted. This is molded right here, but the rest is painted. We found them out. No, it's okay. As you can tell, the molded parts are pretty shiny, so it's not too bad. It's not too obvious to see the difference between that and that, so that's pretty good. This looks pretty cheap. I don't like it when they just put a little cheap belt on there, but I guess it's okay. Could be better. Shoulder pads are fine. The collar is painted surprisingly cleanly. You can see it's pretty smooth all the way around, so that's good. The chest emblem, painted well enough. You can see it's not quite symmetrical, but that's okay. And then the face. This is something I'm very happy about. It's extremely clean because they're two separate parts. They don't do this often, and I think they should, but the silver part is a separate piece from the blue part. So that allows them to make it completely clean. All they had to do is paint the visor in there, and that looks pretty good too. So I have to say, it's a very clean looking figure. Now here, well, let's just go through the articulation, and we'll talk about the two gripes I have once we get there. Well, three. So the head is on your standard Marvel Legends hinge with a ball peg on top. The head does sit too high on the neck, not surprising. The neck is actually too high in general. It's a very big neck, so unless they're going to seat the head lower like they need to shrink the necks. They need to figure that out, but that's okay, I guess. So the neck is also a separate piece from the collar, so that's pretty cool. I just noticed that, so that's pretty nice. But the head has good range because it's sitting so high, so you can see you can move the head around pretty much however you want to, so that'll be cool. If you want to put them in a flight pose, you can do that well enough. The shoulder pads are hinged, so they'll move. They're a soft plastic too, so it's a hinge and soft, so it really won't get in the way too much. If you want to move the arms all the way up, it's going to look ugly. Definitely not ideal because the shoulder pads are connected to the body instead of the shoulders, and I know if it's connected to the shoulders, it's not necessarily accurate once you rotate the arms around, but tell me how accurate that is. So, it's kind of a trade-off. But otherwise, as long as you're not bringing the arms all the way up, you can move the arms really well. And it looks good. So they go all the way out to the side, no problem. And even going forward, very stiff, be careful with that. Even going forward, it's not too bad. Because they are soft and they do flex, it's not terrible. It'll be good enough, I guess. Shoulder pads are always a problem on figures that are made on a budget, so even on more expensive figures, shoulder pads are a problem. So I'll give it to them this time. Standard bicep swivel, no problem at all. Double jointed elbow, no problem at all. Wrists are on your standard swivel and hinge, though they're very tight and very hard to move in there. Okay, so here's the thing, the wings. I hate it when they do this, when they split the wings like that, when it's all supposed to be one thing. I don't like that at all. I think what they should have done, especially since he doesn't always have them out. Like, I've seen lots of pictures of him. I haven't read the comics, but I've seen the pictures where he doesn't have them at all. They should be a separate piece. You should have one molded piece for the wings with the arms straight, and then one molded piece for the wings with the arm bent. And then you can remove them all together if you want to, or you can have them in either option. But this doesn't look good. I mean, this is trash. That's not good at all. And then it really doesn't look that good when it's like this because they have to overlap and then it sticks out funny and it's just not great. So I think they would have been better. They had to mold them anyway. They had to make new molds, so you might as well have just kept the original arms, put a peg hole in them. I know that's a little bit more money, but still, it would have been better. Anywho, ab crunch leans pretty far back, so that's good. Pretty far forward, so that's good. Waist twist is obviously fine. I have to say, I do like the molded plastic they used. That marble-ish, metallic, it looks kind of like a Crazy Bone. You guys remember Crazy Bone? Most of you don't. You're way too young. But it looks cool, so I like that. The legs can go pretty far forward. Then they can go out pretty far. Thigh swivels are fine. Double jointed knees, no problem at all, so that's fine. We do have a shin swivel, which I don't like shin swivels, and especially on this figure, they're not lined up well. This one's not bad, but if you look at this leg, it's offset, which doesn't look good. Doesn't line up ever. So that's definitely a problem. And then for the ankles, we have a pretty good hinge going forward, really good hinge going back, and the ankle rocker, not too bad. It still throws it off at an angle, but if you really want to fix it, you can use the shin swivel, and it's okay. So ultimately, this guy's a pretty solid figure. He just has some problems that are in there that, I don't know, you can overlook it if you want to, or you can not. I'm imagining most people are going to look past those problems. So it's okay. It's pretty mediocre for me. I guess it's, I don't know. I'm torn on this guy because they did do some things really nicely and then some things they should have just done differently. So I'm going to give it a neutral review. You guys can decide for yourselves if you like it or not, or if you don't like it due to the problem. So there it is. Thanks for watching. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. I have new videos up every single day. We talk about action figures, movies, TV shows, video games, all kinds of fun stuff. So make sure you come back for that. And in the meantime, keep collecting.